Okay, we're live.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to a week in review, a special edition of Live with Bottleneck.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. This
Good
pin
morning.
says 2018 Podfest. Where was 2018? Was that Chicago?
Florida.
That was Florida?
Yeah.
Orlando.
Sarah got me a coffee cup.
Guess what it's about? Well,
Top
good
of the
morning.
morning.
We're
Yeah,
coming
good
to you
morning.
live from the Bottleneck Studios in beautiful Southeast Springfield, Missouri. How are you guys today?
Shout out to Springfield. It's time for reflection. That's what we're going to talk about on this special edition of Live with Bottleneck, a week in review with Jaime and
Sarah?
Yeah.
Are we talking about mirrors? Is it mirrors?
Yeah. Take a look at yourself in the mirror.
Do you like what you see?
Do you like what you see? You could look in the mirror and look at this. Yeah, so what I thought we'd do today is, and if you're just tuning in, never seen this before, I'm sorry. But yeah, so basically what we like to do is talk about a theme, something that we want to kind of use as the underlining tone. Underlying tone.
Yeah, underlying tone.
Underlying tone.
Why don't we tell them what Bottleneck Distant Assistants is, Jaime?
Okay, tell them, and I'll search for banners because I never used these, and we're going to use these today. Look at that, Sarah and Jaime. What did you say? You said something?
Yeah, I did.
What did you
But
say?
I asked you to do that.
Oh. Okay, so Bottleneck.Online, you can go there and sign up today.
Jaime has the best message ever.
What's that?
When you talk about Bottleneck.
Oh, yes. So Bottleneck. Oh, really? How do I explain what Bottleneck is? QuitRepeatingYourself.com, partner program. Okay, so Bottleneck is a new category. And if what we wanted to do is kind of change the way people see remote-based assistants. So one of my friends that we were talking to, Christopher Lockhead, said, Jaime, you've been social distancing before social distancing was a thing. And I said, yeah, you're right, because I've been doing this, 15, 16 years. Sourcing assistants from the Philippines. And he said that, and we got a kick out of that. And then he goes, distant. That's what it is. It's a distant assistant. So he came up with that category in lieu of what most people refer to as virtual assistants. And the reason why is because it's more of an intimate base. It's a human being that they're distant. There's nothing virtual about them. Now, this is no knock on virtual assistants or anything like that. And as a matter of fact, there's a time and a place where that's going to be your best choice for hiring outsourcing materials. But what we really wanted to do was set apart the distant assistant versus the virtual assistant in lieu of a transactional based relation, meaning something like if you've ever done AI or hired somebody to do a project for you, and basically in my experience, if I went to somewhere like a Fiverr, which is a fantastic platform, just not what we do. If I went there and I said, hey, I need you to design this thing for me, and they would say, okay, it's going to cost you this gig plus whatever. Okay, fine. Then you pay this gig fee, and then through several iterations, because they don't really know who you are, they don't know anything about your brand, they finally get something that you either like or don't like, and you have to keep going at it and keep going at it, and that's time consuming. Well, you go back again, maybe a month later, and now you get someone new, and now you have to go through that same process again. And hopefully you get something that you do like. I hope so. And that's what Fiverr is really good for. Now, on the other hand, if you go and hire a distant assistant, they're specially trained to learn about you specifically. So it's more of an intimate based relationship. They learn about your vision and mission. They learn about the tone that you use and what voice you speak in. And what happens is, over the course of this onboarding process that we have here at Bottleneck, you get to pretty much hire somebody that is almost like an extension of yourself. So if I were to send you an email, or Ella, my assistant, was to send you an email, you probably wouldn't really know that the email was coming from Ella or myself, other than the fact that it's going to be her signature or my signature, her picture or my picture, right? But we have these little nuances. When we're done, I usually say, okay, bye for now, meaning that I'll talk to you later. She says bye for now. And for that matter, so does half the other people on the team, because they've learned the tone and they learn the voice, and it's in essence an extension. So I just think that's the difference between the Bottleneck Distant Assistants, and that's the reason that we're really, really, really leveraging this category, and want to make a difference in people's lives, because I want other people to experience an opportunity to do what it is they really, really want to do in life. And if you're building a company and you're getting really busy and you're growing, and you've been in business for quite a while, marketing agencies and coaches and consultants, these are people we can really help out with a personal assistant, with a project coordinator, or with a customer service representative. If you're on a growth trajectory right now, we can help you. So that's a little bit of the overview of what a Bottleneck Distant Assistant is. And with regards to reflection, I think it's really important to take some time and kind of reflect back on you and what you're doing, and maybe realign yourself. I wrote a document the other day, Jamie J and Bottleneck's Why, and I really dove into it, and I challenged my team. I said, hey, what is your why? Well, I really want to work at Bottleneck. Yeah. What is your why? Like, why are you here on the planet? And I think it's really important for everybody to go through that exercise. And I think that's the main reason why I wanted to talk about, take time for some reflection and do something like that. Figure out what your why is, and then realign your values, your vision, your mission, and line it around what you're truly passionate about, and what is, and this is something you're not going to be able to find out in a day. You may need to take some time on this. So when I reflect back on it, I got into this originally because I wanted to make money, right? Don't we all need to make money? But that was my main driver. And there's really no point in that. And I explained this to someone on my team. I said, what do you want to do? And Moan, he goes, I want to buy a house. I said, fantastic. Now, what do you want to do? Well, I want to buy a house. Okay. I don't know about you, but the very first time I got a house, apartment, whatever, when I first moved out, I was so excited. And I arranged my living room a certain way. And I was like, oh man, this is so cool. But what happened 2 or 3 years later? I got tired of that place and I wanted to move. So that's why I don't believe in goals. I believe in objectives. So I shared this story with Momon, and I said, hey, Momon, so what do you want to do? He's like, oh, well, I don't know. And I said, you really need to find out what your why is. Now, that's an incredible opportunity to buy a house. Quite frankly, I've never done that. I don't own a house right now. And I would be excited. But what happens in 5 years, 10 years from now? I don't know. Maybe we do want to do something else. But my why, on the other hand, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to be able to help people realize their true passion and I have a 5-page essay written exactly the different things that I want to have happen for myself, for Sara, and for Bottleneck. Now, Sarah's why could be different, but we love working on our land. That's a very big, fun, and passionate thing. That's a big why, but it's not my why. My why is to get phone calls from people saying, hey, just want to say thank you for giving me my husband back. Or, hey, thank you so much. I'm actually not working today. I'm going to go take my family out. Or that's my why. Changing the entrepreneur at a fundamental level. It's not hiring an assistant. No, it's figuring out what your why is and wholeheartedly going after that. Because the feeling that I get is a lot of happiness. There's a lot of challenges in there, don't get me wrong, but the happiness, the elation that I feel for that brief moment when I get a story like that makes everything worthwhile. And then, of course, we have some other dreams that we, and some stuff that we want to do, but it's kind of all relatable. Mm-hmm. So we just want to make people feel good. So that's my reflection.
Yep.
What about you?
Yep.
Well, she told me, she goes, Jamie, I don't want to talk about this. You talk about it. So that's why I've been talking so much. Okay, so we're going to jump into the first section of this on what happened last week. You want to start off with what happened last week?
Sure.
Okay, what happened last week?
I don't remember. No.
Oh, boy.
It was a great week. Let's see. Did a tax extension. That was super exciting. Not. We didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, I still haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay. Yeah, so getting everything organized and for me, it was getting all of course, the bookkeeping organized. And there's such a flow to it now. It's so easy. I get up in the morning and, I kind of look over. I don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I see this in the books and I have no idea what to do with it. I am not a bookkeeper. And
you keep saying that, but I think you are probably pretty close to a bookkeeper now that you've been doing it for 10 years.
No, so I lean on Chanel. I rely on her heavily. And I know I have a meeting with her. I say, hey, what's happening? She's like, I said, what are your challenges? She's okay. I have any questions about this? And she's got everything taken care of in the book. She just might have a question like, what is this? I'm like, oh, okay, that's software. So just categorize that as software. That's pretty much the extent of what's going on. I'm still having some challenges with the darn QuickBooks payments, but hopefully we'll get people all moved over to this portal, which is so much easier to use. So that's what happened last week for me, just getting organized and working on kind of more big picture stuff. And I'm kind of working more on our future goals than right now within Bottleneck, because Chanel has freed me up to be able to do that. So that's pretty exciting for me.
Well, that's actually awesome.
Yeah.
And
what's awesome? Chanel loves what she's doing. She loves it. She loves the challenges. She loves it.
Yep. So I think what's cool, or what happened last week, was there anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay. What happened last week is I realized we need somebody that's going out and selling, not just getting the leads and kind of being reactive. We need somebody to be proactive. So I started that process of going out and searching for outbound salespeople. And so we're going to do so speaking of working with Chanel, we're working on a nice sales compensation worksheet to really motivate people that choose to be in this role. So if you are looking,
it's a good thing Chanel likes challenges.
Yeah, she actually nailed it. We already went over it this morning.
Yeah, she was like yesterday. We went over it. I had to explain things to her. She's like, I don't know what these numbers mean. Oh, disregard those. Just get rid of them. She's like, oh, okay.
Well, she was a champ and she knocked it out. Well, I'm searching for salespeople right now. So if you know anybody that's interested working anywhere remotely, reach out to us. Be happy to talk with you and share kind of the Bottleneck story and our culture, and of course the opportunity to make a pretty good living. So if you or anybody may be interested in learning more about this, have them reach out. So that was one thing we did last week. Another thing we did is we're going to start doing a workshop, and that's going to be, I think it's going to be on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. We're going to do a workshop around 12 noon. Stuff will be coming out. Don't worry about it. But I'm going to be talking specifically addressing agency owners on the common objections associated with hiring personal assistants and distant assistants, and then the systems and processes that we use here, and then how to hire effectively. So I'm going to be taking away a lot of the objections or answering a lot of the objections. We'll be doing this live. So we're building that platform out right now. And that should be a pretty neat workshop to do. And then we'll tweak it from there, since this is kind of something new that we're doing, and see if we can't.
Are these going to be ongoing workshops, or?
We think so.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Thursday.
So is it going to be like a consistent thing on a Thursday, like monthly, or?
We don't know yet. We don't know. I think what we'll do is probably do one Cinco de Mayo, figure that out. Probably do it around noon Central Time, and then see how that one went and tweak it from there, and then go, and maybe we do a monthly. Maybe we can do like an evergreen thing to where I don't have to be on every one, but we're not quite sure yet. It's new software. Webinar Jam, I think, is the software we're going to use.
You excited about it? So who came up with all this? Who's
Andrew Muller.
Okay.
Andrew Muller. He's the one that said that he's got a client that he's working with right now, and I guess they're having some pretty good success with it. So we'll give her a go.
Awesome.
And I might be winding down live with Bottleneck.
Oh, really?
I think so. I might be. I don't know. We're contemplating. Maybe by August. I don't know. Maybe.
Reasons?
Been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
And
do you still enjoy being a guest on other people's shows?
Yeah, I enjoy it. There's a lot of work that goes into this stuff, though, and I think we can maybe focus some of that energy on other tasks. And I mean, I enjoy it, but geez, who knows?
Need a reset.
Yeah. And
mix things up. You've got to be a pirate. So trying new things. Arr, matey. He's gonna make me walk the plank later. Right into no water.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so in essence, that's some of the stuff that happened this past week. You want to talk about what's coming up next week?
What's coming up next week?
Well, let me play this little thing.
I love that picture.
So what's coming up next week?
Next week. Well, I this is not work related, but it's super duper exciting. Both of our teams are in the playoffs for the Stanley Cup. Both of them clinched. Yeah, they clinched this week. So that's exciting. It's really exciting. Yep. That's my favorite time of the year. Playoffs.
Playoff hockey.
Yeah. Like the first week, there's so many games it's like March Madness. You just turn the TV on and there's a game on. You just watch a game anytime you want. So we kind of like hockey just a little bit.
Yeah. It's good fun. It'll be a blast.
Yep.
The poor Capitals will lose in the first round.
No, they won't. Stop being negative.
I'm not being
what's
negative.
coming up this week? Okay. So we're setting some concrete piers this weekend.
Yeah.
And then next week, so I've gone all out. This is my kind of what I've been working on. Designing a footing foundation for a very sturdy deck, which will eventually have a small cabin on it. So my sister and I went out and measured out and squared up 20 square feet. And so we've got to go out today and mark the footings, and we got the post hole digger, and we're going to try to dig through Missouri rocks and get some footings set. So that's kind of exciting.
So we got the auger.
Yep. So next weekend we'll be probably starting the framework and
Yeah, we
getting
gotta
the
let
deck in. Right.
cement set for
Probably
3
get
days.
it done in a weekend. I'm pretty excited about that.
We're pretty good builders. Never done it before, but we're good builders.
Yep. And
She's actually really good. I can't do anything.
yes, he can. What's coming up for you next week?
I have webinar prep, like workshop prep, big time. That's my big one. Lots of writing because I have the script to write that's due on Tuesday, self-imposed due date, and Ella's working on. She's going to be the moderator, so she's working on the software and putting a little workflow together, and we're going to do a little test workshop. Nothing, no really content, but setting it up, turning it on, taking it live, closing down, all that kind of stuff.
You guys should meet this guy. He's pretty amazing when it comes to organizing, leading. He's a fantastic leader, really good leader. Yeah, like and I no, and he actually let it slip. That's one thing that he's passionate about is being a leader and being able to. Well, you said you like to help others, but it's pretty cool. If you guys need help with anything, if you want to pick somebody's brain, this guy's the brain to pick. He's got the broad overview of everything that's going on in the company, except bookkeeping.
Yeah.
He completely just throws that. He like, I have no idea. I'm like, well, me either.
She's pretty good at it.
So Jamie has, all I have is this one little corner of it, and now I have someone that's an expert in it. And Jamie has everything else. And every once in a while, I just throw my hat in and say, good idea. Maybe. Great idea. Yeah, way to go.
Too many ideas.
But you're a pirate.
Arr. 200 years too late. Well,
yeah.
50, 60, 300, 400 years too late.
Because the cannons don't thunder, and there's nothing to plunder.
Oh.
I'm an over 50 victim of fate, just arriving too late.
Okay,
so ready for shout outs?
Yeah, let's do shout outs.
I like this picture. Us. That's just us. That's us being us. We're goofy.
It's time for shout out time.
I want to give a shout out to Tracy, who fell and broke her shoulder, and now she's recovering well.
And you're going to go help her.
Cut fabric. She said, my goal is to be able to cut fabric. She's a quilter. She's made me a beautiful quilt. Oh my gosh, she made my daughter
amazing
a quilt.
Quilter.
Yeah, and she can't cut fabric. So I said, okay.
Get better soon, Tracy.
So Martha will be able to help you on Sunday.
Is Sunday supposed to rain?
Yes.
Well, shoot. Well, because I'm over the rain.
Yeah, me too. Well, we got 2 days of beautiful weather.
So I just wanted to do a quick shout out today and say thank you to Greg Voisin for having me on his podcast. And I don't know if you guys will get this, but I'm going to put it on here on a banner because it is Voisin. He has this podcast called Inside Personal Growth. If you go there now, you can see it. I didn't want to put in the specific long because it's too long, but if you go check it out, Inside Personal Growth, we talked all about my book, Quit Repeating Yourself. And you can go to quitrepeatingyourself.com to learn more. But what was really neat about Greg Voisin is that he takes donations on his podcast and gives those to homeless people. So it kind of resonated with me being homeless before and stuff like that. And we talked about that story and it was really neat. It was a really, really neat conversation. And we talked about what Quit Repeating Yourself is all about in the book. So you'll have to go tune in to insidepersonalgrowth.com. And I think you can see if I go to the site, let me see, I'll see if I can share it with you there, insidepersonalgrowth.com. And I think it's, let me see.
That's Greg. That was his picture.
Yeah, that's Greg there. I wonder if it's, Oh yeah, it's featured right there at the top. So if you see here, let me share my screen with you so you guys can see this. But I thought it would be really cool to support him. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. We're getting there. You have to bear with me.
There you go.
Share. Oh, no, that's why it's wrong. There we go. Okay, so you can see this. And right here at the very top, this is Greg. Really, really nice fella. And you could donate right there as well. And again, 100% of the donations go to homeless people. But you can see he highlighted my book here. Here's the interview. Had some great show notes. And you can also watch the video because we also did a video recording of it. It's on YouTube. But I just it was a really fun time. So yeah, pretty neat
really
conversation, cool. and we had a good time. So if you get a chance, go check it out. Support Greg. He's a wonderful human being.
When I first saw that, I was like, "Oh, you talked to Ron White."
No,
he looks like Ron White a little bit.
Yeah. So other than that, okay.
Pretty cool.
Anything else?
No, I think it's going to be a beautiful Friday here in the Ozarks. Beautiful. It got up to 81 yesterday. Like I was like, "Ooh, it's a little warm today."
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah, I'm so ready for summer. So ready.
God, me too. Okay, you want to take us home?
Let's do it. Learn how you can break through the bottleneck in your business today. Check us out, Bottleneck.Online /BTV, where you can see all of the latest and older episodes of Live with Bottleneck and a week in review. Quit Repeating Yourself, Jamie's awesome book. Hashtag quit repeating yourself. Hashtag QRY. Visit quitrepeatingyourself.com. I'm repeating myself. I should quit. Thanks for joining us for a week in review, a time for reflection. And last week on Live with Bottleneck, business etiquette with Iman Bradwell L., founder of Dabby's Daughter. Well, how was that?
Yeah, so I was schooled in proper pronunciation. It's Iman.
Oh,
Iman Bradwell L., and founder of Dubai's Daughter. But I tell you what, that was it was a great conversation. You know what she does is she takes young women and men, 15 to 17 years old, and teaches them about business etiquette. Thought it was pretty cool. Gives a nice platform for those kids. She's got a couple of kids that have higher than 4.0 GPAs that are learning about, business etiquette and things like this, like, how to show up to meetings, how to present yourself, how to walk in and with confidence and things like this. And this is a lot of stuff that's not taught in schools.
That's really cool.
So I thought it was really neat. And she's a very strong, good-hearted person.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, we had a really good conversation.
Yeah, how you're taught in the old school. You got to give a speech. That's how they wanted you to get comfortable in front of people. That's kind of not how you do it. No. All right, and coming soon to your earbuds. Look, that's a new graphic. How to reach the 96% of your people that aren't responding to your marketing. With Martha Kretschy. She's an author, a keynote speaker, founder and CEO of Martha Kretschy Company, also co-founder and president of the Home Business School.
Oh.
Listen and tune in on Wednesday, April 27th, 2022 at 2 p.m. Central and 3 p.m. Eastern. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think it would be a fun time. And so that's, I think, about a wrap, right?
That's a wrap. Let's go get lost a lot.
We're going to go get lost a lot. Ticks and chiggers are out in abundance. It's turkey season here in beautiful Missouri. And
our dog just heard me say, let's go.
Yeah.
He knows some terms. Let's go.
Yeah, bed.
Let's go to bed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We'll say, all right, let's go to bed. So we'll walk back there and he hops up and then he puts his front paws on the bed, but maybe a third paw, hind leg, waiting for us to see.
But his tail is hanging straight down.
Yeah, but if she walks out, he'll get on. And then when she comes back, he's like,
well, he lays in my spot.
He does.
I have nowhere to sleep.
And some nights she's like, oh. Some nights she's like, get out.
Off. He knows that word. He knows that word. He's doing really good. I'm so proud of our dog. Took him 5 years to learn how to be a calmer dog.
And he's still not calm. He's still
No.
a freak.
Yeah, but he's doing pretty good. We take him down to the land.
Calling when we
Yep.
when we yell.
Yep.
We keep him on the leash still sometimes, especially when we're working because our attention's not on him. But yeah, pretty good.
Yep, he's a pretty darn good dog.
You and your sister had a blast there.
We sure did. We found the twisted sister tree, and I can't wait to show it to Jamie.
And I think I'm gonna try and do some morel mushroom hunting.
Ooh, yeah. That'll be in the lower 20.
Yep. All right. So have a great one.
Yep. Enjoy this beautiful weekend. I hope it's beautiful where you live, and stay great and create your own ripple.
That's right. Create your own ripple and do take some time for reflection. Think about truly what your why is, and have a great one. We will talk to you sooner or later.
And